Sandra Silberzweig, the focus of this particular lesson. I love her portraits, her abstract portraits. Look at those patterns, look at those colors. In fact, she works through a disability of hers, and her artwork is unique because it gives you an opportunity to see color the way she sees color. I love how she did not let her disability hinder her from the art world. So, hey, let's get started in making our own. First thing we're gonna wanna do is start with the nose of our self-portrait, okay? We wanna make sure we start that nose in the center of the paper because that keeps everything in proportion. So it's very important. Start your nose in the center of the paper. For me, I'm gonna make my nose L-shaped. Do you have to make your nose L-shaped? Of course you don't. You can make it whatever shape you want. Just a L seems to be a great shape for a nose. The eyes are next. Starting from the nose, we're going to draw a straight line going all the way to the edge of the paper. And then we're going to put a curved line on top and along bottom of that straight line. That gives us the basic shape for your eyes. We're going to do that on both sides of the nose. And notice, I didn't even draw them in perfect alignment. This is an abstract drawing. You can do whatever you want to with your eyes. Let's move on. We're gonna make the mouth now. Now I like to put a line coming from the nose and put a little dot, which helps me draw the mouth in the right spot. Those dots, I call them guide dots. They guide you along the process, okay? Let's go ahead and put the lip in. I like to curve the lip down to the horizontal line from the bottom of the vertical to the sides of the horizontal, both sides. After that's done, we do the bottom lip, one long curve, and we finish the face off by drawing the chin. That starts with that vertical line from the lip, and then we're going to make two curved lines, one on either side, to outline the jaw of the face. We have a neck to put in that is very simply two vertical lines, and then we're going to put the shoulders, and we can finish it off by adding a shirt to our portrait. And now that we have the basic form, the eyes, the nose, the mouth, the things that make a portrait, okay? We need to talk about adding details. It's the details that's really gonna make your piece pop. Oh my gosh, this is the part that you're gonna have the most fun in doing. Adding all these designs and all the different spaces that you created for yourself. It was important to draw the eyes really big and the lips really big and the nose really big so that you'll have plenty of space to add in these details. This is where you have the most fun. Now that the designs are done in pencil, you want to get a nice, fresh black crayon and trace over the pencil lines. You want to make sure that you do that nice, dark and heavy, pressing down, making sure you lay down a lot of black on that paper. In Sandra's pieces, she uses black not only to outline her eyes and nose and mouth, but she uses it as a principal element of some of her paintings. Look at the black. Here's some examples. Focus on where the black is in the paintings. You'll see that it's not just for outlining. Some spaces she fill in with black. She uses this black as a very important and integral part of the design process. And that's what I want us to do as well. Continue using the black. Draw more spaces if you need to. Add more details, more design elements. You're deciding now what needs to be black and what needs to stay open because you want to add color to it later on in this lesson. Speaking of colors, let's hop to it. I'd like to bring in the color wheel now. It's going to help us choose colors that go well together. There's tons of different rules to use this thing, but I want to focus on one. These three colors right here go well together because they are right next to each other on the color wheel. Okay, that's yellow, orange, and orange. Here's another example. Let's say your favorite color is blue-green. Well, the neighbor to that, of course, is going to be green, and then on the other side is going to be blue. Those three colors are going to look awesome together. And let's say you want a color that pops with those three colors. I mean, that just jumps out at you. Go across the color wheel. I call that going across the street. Using those three plus that popping color in your piece is going to make it look awesome. Now, before I let you go, though, I want to show you a technique on blending that's going to help out, I think, with this piece. You're going to start out dark and heavy and gradually get lighter and lighter as you go across by varying the amounts of pressure you put on the crayon as you color. When you move to the second color, I want you to do the exact same thing. Start out light, though, and then get heavier to make that transition from the first color to the second color smooth. If you see any dark lines showing up before they're supposed to, then go back and soften that edge out. Make sure that transition is nice and smooth. Let's say you want to move to the third color now. Well, now you want to do the exact same thing. Lighten up on that pressure so that the color gets nice and light. Make sure the transition is nice and smooth. Pick up that third color and lightly start, and then get heavier as you move to the end, okay? Now, you might end up with a few areas that need a little work. Here, I have two right here, where now you're just gonna get those two crayons and just work in those areas exclusively, alternating the two colors until the transitions from one to the other is nice and smooth. Here you see me with the blue-green. I'm going to go ahead and put that down, pick up the green, lightly working in until I get something that I am very, very happy with. So this is what we're doing today, and I would like you now to go and have fun. Nice job. My kindergartners are doing a spectacular job. Yes, we're going to start the designs now.
Great job, roughing it up. Did you put mine on you too?
Keep going, keep going. You don't have to stop. You can keep going. Freckles, I like freckles. Freckles are good.